The situation this morning is calm in Diepsloot after a man was killed overnight. Elvis Nyathi's partner has told Newzroom Afrika how he was attacked and killed in a mob incident. Police say 24 people have also been arrested since yesterday's running battles with police. Residents are angry about crime in the area. They say government inaction, and they also say an influx of illegal immigrants has made the situation worse. My co-anchor, Elvis Nyathi, joins us once again for the very latest on that story. Incredibly sad, distressing interview that you've had with Elvis Nyathi's now widow this morning, Ayanda, just describing the horror of what unfolded last night when they and other people in the area were attacked and asked for some form of identification.
Yeah, in fact, she feels like she just managed to get away because she did have that passport with her. She's also been upfront about the fact that Elvis Nyathi, who we now know is late, didn't have that at his disposal. And, you know, given just, I guess, the ambition, the mission, for lack of a better term, of that mob, it looks like that's what ultimately cost Elvis his life. As you can imagine, residents here are still trying to take in what we understand to have taken place in the early hours of this morning at around 1, 2 o'clock, some residents say. Many of them were able to hear the skirmishes, of course, too afraid to get out of their house in order to witness it themselves. But they feel that this falls into the broader context of the many ills that still plague this really troubled community. In fact, off air, one of them reminded us that just about a month ago, a 3-month-old baby was killed brutally at that. You know, and there's still been no arrest insofar as that is concerned. And ironically, it's just a stone throw away from where this latest killing we understand to have taken place. I'm going to step out a shot, get you a sense of just what some of the residents are also still feeling. Many onlookers still hanging around in this area. This is the street where Elvis lived, we're told. And of course, many people who knew him are quite taken aback by the fact that they're waking up this morning and he's no longer with us. Let's see if we can try and get a word with any of the residents, see if any of them are actually willing to speak to us as they digest the news around what exactly happened. I wonder if nkabua le lona about ntene ya tsagala mo maobane. In fact, maybe wena o ka re tlhalosetsa gore mo no ditseng teng ko ntlong o utluleng maobane bosigo.
Mabani bisigo nna a sanga ka robala at all because nne ke robetse so ka kwa leshata. After leshata le go ka kgone go re go na le batho ba tseneng mo jarateng. Batho ba le ne ba le 3 and then ya ba le ngwana wa tsoga and then a sanga ra robala at all le ngwana bosigo ka mo ka ngwana le because batho ba le o ka re ne ba nyakiwa ke community ke batho ba ile gore a ke tsebe ke di suspect or ke eng ka re ne le bosigo so ba le ba iphitlhile ka moraga mokhukhu ka the whole night so I didn't sleep at all.
And le wena wa tshaba gore o tswe because
ke a tshaba gore ke tswe because ha ke safe and ke na le ngwana o monnyane la mmona ke o gore ha ke tsebe gore ke di ba o ka re nka buela gae the way le gore dilo di ka gona mo Diepsloot.
Ne re tlhalosetsa gore o itse Diepsloot ne e se yana before no go le right go le safe. What went wrong? How sheba wena?
Nna ke fitlhile mo ka 2008 so be go se so go tshwana le no because no batho ba bolaiwa batho ba gwa at all le bona go tseniwa mo dintlong even le neighbor ya ka ba mo tsenetse mo ntlong so ba mo kapile mo ka something ba mo ripa le menwana ba mo thaba mo ka thipa
rutlile gore le ngwana wa 3 months le ena ba mo bolaile ka kwa
taba ngwana 3 months ke ikwile le yona but a ke sure mara ke ikwile
Police Minister Begicele na le teng le ena maobane mona a re batla zama gore go be le maponesa mo strateng. Wena as motho mo, do you feel safe?
I feel safe at all because ba phela ba bolela jwala I feel safe go bolela nnete because re khopetse maperete at least ga o ka tla maperete ba re patrolla bosigo maybe dilo di ka ba petere because maperete ko ona o ka re go a bereka bethatane ba ba bangwe ba because le tsa nna ba re tsanela mo jarateng ke tsaile o ka diela a usiwa ka SMS so but azanga ba fihle mo rena.
Thank you so much. There you have it. Just one resident telling us what actually feels like a refrain at the moment, just about the lack of safety that exists, them still feeling disillusioned, even after the presence of the police minister Begicele yesterday. A quick translation. She was telling us that just yesterday she heard people essentially barging into her yard, some of them supposedly looking for refuge because, as she put it, it looks like there were other people who were looking for her, for them, I beg your pardon. So, of course, a big task now, not only for us as journalists, but for the police, who I imagine are going to want to investigate what took place here less than 24 hours ago, is to piece together these different recollections around there being some kind of mob looking for people, demanding to see passports in a context where we know that challenges around foreign nationals are such hot topics in areas like Diepsloot. In fact, I could hear at the corner of my ear as I asked that lady about what she think went wrong, and already there were murmurs about foreign nationals being at the heart of these problems. It's the kind of matter that's been in the news for quite some time now. Ntlantla, who we know as part of the Operation Tutula movement, was present here. Some of the residents, depending on who you speak to, actually believe that his presence may have fueled the tensions that we saw spilling over into the streets yesterday.
Elvis Nyathi, thanks very much indeed for bringing us that important perspective there on some of the big issues facing residents there in Diepsloot as they come to terms with rising levels of violence. They say murders overnight, particularly when people are more vulnerable due to lack of electricity in the area and other issues. Very little police in action insofar as some of the issues facing that community is concerned. A whole range of issues igniting the latest round of protests in Diepsloot over the past couple of days. It's the big story we're tracking for you this morning.